Hello, Poggy.
Hello. Hello.
Is there Mr. Shook? Is there Mr. Shook?
Maybe no.
Okay, and then Mr. J. Ross and then Mr. James from Philippine Makati Medical Center? No. Okay. T-san, hello. MSRJ, hello. ともひこ先生、よろしくお願いいたします。皆さん、まだちょっと揃っていないですけれども。
はい。まあ、始めますか。
よろしいですかね。
はい。
はい、お願いします。
So, good morning, everyone. This is Shunta from Temdeck. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so let's start the program. So, can I see the slide? Okay. So welcome to SAKURA Science Exchange Program, technical support for the application of teleconference to medical institution and the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the second day of this exchange program, and we will have institutional updates. So again, let me talk about this program. In this program, the topic is the teleconference applied to medical institutions. And we will share the knowledge and the skills. Also, we will discuss the difficulties and the solutions between our all participants. And today, we will have institutional updates, and half of participants will have a presentation. And this is the timetable. After my opening remarks, we will have a keynote speech. Then we will have a break, and we'll have institutional updates. Today, the participants from Bhutan, Indonesia, India, and Malaysia will have a presentation. Actually, some participants have not connected yet, but I hope we will. They will come later. So, and also in this time, the chair of institutional update is Min-san and Sajid. Is that okay? Are you ready? Not yet, but.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's move to keynote speech. In this time, we invite the Dr. Moriyama. As we know, he's the director of Temdeck, new director of Temdeck. And we'll have a presentation. The title is Telemedicine Before, During, and Beyond the Pandemic. So Moriyama Sensei, would you start the presentation?
Okay, thank you for your introduction. Hello, everyone. Hi, it's my great pleasure to see your face with full of smile. Yeah, and it's really nice. We all of us are all safe here and have this tech conference with all of you guys. Okay, today I'd like to talk about telemedicine. Of course, I will talk about its history, and I suppose would like to have some comments on the future vision of telemedicine. So, okay, let's start. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. This is the NCD. I will talk about NCD, non-communicable diseases first. As you may know, non-communicable disease NCD is leading cause of disease burden. Now we're in the pandemic, still in the pandemic of COVID-19, but in general, infectious disease, the importance of infectious disease is becoming smaller than before. Nowadays, we should take care and we should think how to tackle with NCD. Actually, every year, 41 million people die from NCD. This is about 71% of deaths in the world. But there's a heterogeneity of NCD-related mortality in the world. This heat map shows the NCD-related mortality under the age of 70, comparing to developing countries such as Japan, Korea, Western Europe, North America, or some other countries. Its mortality is high in developing countries. It means the younger generations died of NCD in those countries. Major cause of NCD-related death is cardiovascular disease. It's about 44% of NCD deaths, followed by cancer. So it's very important to tackle with these two diseases, CVD and cancer. Actually, CVD, such as cerebral stroke, heart attack, can prevent by controlling such kind of diseases like diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia, and also we can avoid risk by stop smoking. And also alcohol is a strong inducer of cerebrovascular diseases. So this CVD can be prevented. But in cancer diseases, it's very difficult to prevent. So early diagnosis is quite important by blood sample, sometimes endoscopy, X-ray, ultrasonography, and CT, MRI, and something like that. But this is a photo of early gastric cancers. But sometimes early diagnosis is very difficult. Okay, these are the gastric cancers. Most of them are the very early one and can be treated by endoscopy, but detecting these subtle changes is not easy, especially for the novices. If we can detect the early cancer, we can treat these diseases by minimally invasive therapy, such as endoscopy or laparoscopy or something like that. But for the people who don't have experience of these advanced therapy, they don't know how to do it. They don't know the tips of this technology. So we have invited many foreign doctors to our hospital to learn about advanced therapy in Kyushu University Hospital, mainly from Asia, but also from other countries such as Egypt, Latin countries, and also Europe, Central Asia. And we sometimes go abroad to share our knowledge and techniques with foreign doctors. Central Asia and to Asian countries, we, including surgeons and physicians and endoscopists, we have shared the knowledge with colleagues in those countries. But unfortunately, these activities are not sustainable because there is a time limitation, and also budget is very limited, and very limited doctors and medical staff can go abroad, and also many Japanese doctors don't have a chance to go abroad to share the knowledges. In that situation, we got a very big internet between Japan and Korea in 2002, when the Japan FIFA World Cup between in Korea and Japan was held. Connecting Kyushu University Hospital and Korean Medical Institute, the surgical procedure, the laparoscopy surgery, which was the advanced surgery at that time, was broadcasted to Korea. This is the start of our telemedicine. At that time, we used the Asian Pacific Advanced Network, APAN. This is a research and education network connecting many countries like this. This is a very broad and fast internet. Using this internet, we can do our telemedicine without using satellite and special equipment. We only have to use and prepare is our PC and free application software and video cameras. Only by these equipment, we can make a telemedicine connecting many countries. So this is a photo screenshot of our telemedicine connecting Asian institutes, like in the Tokyo Cancer Center in Tokyo, Nepal, Myanmar, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, India, and something like, and Vietnam. So through this connection, this telemedicine, we can do a sustainable medical education. Of course, there is a various kinds of telemedicine. One is a webinar. Through webinar, we can learn the latest knowledge from experts. And for sharing the experience with participants, case discussion was very important. There are many important and interesting and curious cases in the world. So establish our experience on medicine, it's very useful. And also the live demonstration is very important and very popular in the world. We can learn the technique library from experts. This is a conventional live demonstration. There was a big main venue in one country, and the guest international faculty go there by airplane or something. And the experts get together at the hospital close to the venue and show their tips and techniques to the participant. But for the faculty, they should do their procedure, and sometimes it's very risky one, with total different atmosphere. Of course, endoscopic room is totally different from their own rooms. and sometimes equipment is different. Of course, team members is totally different. Sometimes indication for the treatment or the procedure is totally different from that of their country. And after the risky procedure, they can't take care of these patients. Sometimes we feel the language barrier. If we can speak Japanese, English very well, sometimes the people, the nurses and the engineers are not so good at English, and sometimes it's really difficult to make some communication. And sometimes we feel jet lag. And for the organizers, they should prepare lots of patients for the live demo. It's really troublesome. So we established a live demonstration from their own hospitals. Connecting institute with a venue on the internet, they can show their technique from their own hospital with their colleagues, with totally same atmosphere. This live demo was held in 2017. The many participants get together in the main venue in Kobe, in Japan, and guest faculties from Hong Kong, Singapore, India, and Osaka, a bit far from Kobe, showed their technique from their own hospital like this. Okay, at that time, Dr. Shimizu always mentioned these keys for the success of telemedicine. One is needs, which is arise from doctors. Second, access is the internet. Third is skill, especially of engineers. So for good telemedicine, we should use National Research and Education Network at that time. And also skills, lots of skills and experience needed for the engineers. So that's why we have trained the foreign engineers for expansion of telemedicine. Good combination with engineers and medical staff is quite important. This photo shows on-the-job training at APAM. As you know, this is a hands-on training at medical sessions in the APAM Medical Working Group. I suppose some of the participants we can see the faces in these photos, I suppose. And also we have invited to our center, TEMDEC, to train as a train the trainer program. In TEMDEC, our engineer makes lectures like this, and invitees do a hands-on training here, and also on-site training in the operation room and the endoscopic room and other such kind of our hospital will be done. We have fostered the leaders in each country. And sometimes we do a domestic workshop in foreign countries. Inviting doctors there and also engineers there, we do a discussion and presentations and discussions. Through this workshop, we can learn the technique and the experiences, and also we can strengthen the connection and the relationship between medical doctors and medical engineers. We have held this domestic workshop in Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Nepal, Myanmar, and Kyrgyzstan. By repetitive of such kind of activities, we have expanded our medical field in telemedicine. Most around half of the program is on endoscopy or surgery, but the other field has also included, such as pediatrics, fetus, oncology, transplantation, nurses, healthcare, medical information, or something like that. So far, we have held more than 1,400 events with around 1,200 institutions in 81 countries. But as you know, the early phase of last year, in 2020, we have suffered for the COVID-19 pandemic. Now we cannot go abroad, and if then some restriction is still present for the transportation. So at that time, we have no information of these new diseases. So we remember that our past experience of bird flu in 2007. At that time, Southeastern Asia countries were severely damaged by this disease. So we asked them to share their knowledge and experience of this new disease in 2007. And we had a very good discussion based on the experience and knowledge of Indonesian doctors. Based on this experience, we conducted international teleconference on COVID-19 on March, May, and August last year, 2020. We make a Zoom meeting like this and also broadcast it via YouTube at the time. That at the first teleconference, around 4,000 participants watched our discussion. Not only from Asia, but from the Europe and Latin countries, and also North American countries. There were many participants. So, and also we expand this telemedicine, COVID-19 teleconference with Central Asian countries like this. Even in that situation, we keep our regular teleconference like this. This teleconference was a Latin endoscopy teleconference, which was held in April 2020. Same as before, we can see many participants like this, but the situation is a bit different. Here, the red one, they join from their own home, not from institutions. It's a difference before and during COVID-19 pandemic. Previously, we used the DVTS or H323 for teleconference. But for recent years, the devices was moved to video or Zoom or other application software for easier, cheaper, and more convenient communication. So at that time, we used the Zoom system to easy accessibility to our teleconference. This is a scheme of our teleconference. Previously, we used the research and education network with DVTS or H323, connecting many hospitals. But during the pandemic, we used Zoom or Teams and other apps such as WebEx or like that. We do a telemedicine, connecting hospitals and participants home like this. By the improvement of these apps and the commercial network, we can do a telemedicine connecting such kind of personal participants. Based on these situations, many countries tried to start telemedicine. The upper part shows a teleconference with Bhutan, and the left bottom is teleconference with Myanmar. And last year, we also expand our telemedicine to the Central Asian countries like this. So through the pandemic, telemedicine becomes casual and popular worldwide. And by the improvement of technology,
Professor Saito, who is head of the endoscopy department
Yes.
at the Tokyo-based National Cancer Center.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, Sensei and everyone. Okay, the lesion size is about 2 centimeters or less, but located in the sigmoid column. That creates a split.
Professor Saito, do you see already fibrosis on the lesion or not yet?
Yeah, we already encountered fibrosis. Yes.
Добрый день. Теперь мы
okay, like this. We can do a live demo by Zoom now. It's a really amazing. So our number of telemedicine during pandemic is not so changed comparing to before the pandemic. So nowadays, many big congresses are held online or hybrid style. This is a Digestive Disease Week, so-called DDW in US. One of the very big congress in the world was totally held online this year. And this is a Japanese meetings were held totally online. And the last picture here was a congress held last week. I made a presentation from my desk here, and other chairperson and other presenter makes presentation and discussion at the venue. Such kind of online and hybrid style congress will be common during and after the pandemic, I suppose. And as I mentioned, endoscopy live demo become very casual. Previously, we should prepare many engineers, and also we should prepare the complicated system like this. But nowadays, they can broadcast their procedure using one PC with one doctor who are very familiar with ICT technology. So the key for the success of telemedicine is a bit changed. Regarding the access, nowadays commercial network is good enough to share high quality image and sound of medicine. And also skills needed for engineer becomes a bit smaller than before. So nowadays coordination is quite important for telemedicine. This is a photo with the Indonesian guys about of telemedicine. How it is very important how to coordinate lots of participants like this. So these are the tasks of coordinators. First, they should fix the date and time for telemedicine after communicating with the chairs and presenters. And the next, they should arrange a program sheet and the flyer, followed by announcement. And many people will register themselves. Now we can do it remotely. We can do it remotely using some teleconference system, but if it is done by email, it's really troublesome. And also they should manage the registered people. And after that, if needed, test connection should be done, especially with presenters and the chair. And if needed, they should prepare live voting system, and then they should email the link address to the registered people. During the conference, the chat box should be checked for the discussion. And after the teleconference, the coordinator should count the real participants and register it again. And sometimes online survey is needed for the feedbacks, and they should prepare this survey for fruitful for further telemedicine. So it's really important to communicate with coordinators for good telemedicine. Of course, technology is very important. This is a live endoscopy from novice to expert. Using this technology, the expert makes some comments to the novices, remote novices. In this journal, the doctor in Uganda do a endoscopic treatment to the esophageal diseases, and the resident and the expert in New York make some comments and advices during the procedure. And this kind of trial was also done in Japan. This is a remote instruction in laparoscopic surgery connecting Sapporo and Fukuoka. Our city, Fukuoka, is far from Sapporo city. It's about 1,400 kilometers away. But connecting these institutes with internet, big and broadband internet, the experts in Sapporo annotate the lively in the surgical view like this. So, as you know, the Facebook changed their name to the Metaverse. I suppose in the near future, medical training and education will be done in Metaverse. We can make some more fruitful education and meaningful education in Metaverse or extended reality, and the young doctor making a practice and a training in the Metaverse. Then there is no risk to injure the patient. Without any risk, they can do surgical training, endoscopic training repeatedly. Okay, this is a summary. A sustainable medical education can be achieved by on-site training and telemedicine. Telemedicine is becoming more popular and casual in COVID-19 era. Not only advanced engineering skill, but coordination is quite important for further expansion of telemedicine. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moriyama, for wonderful presentation. Yeah, as we know, in these days, doctors are more familiar with the telemedicine, and we engineer need to consider our future work. Yes, thank you very much. So, is there any comments or question from audience?
Can I ask questions?
Sure.
Thank you very much for your nice presentation. The artificial intelligence, AI, is gradually used in medical education. And in your specialty, early gastric cancer, how it's used, how it is used, AI is used.
Okay. The endoscopy image diagnosis, such as an endoscopy or radioscopic images or something like that, is quite a high affinity, have a high affinity with AI, actually. And also, AI having high affinity with telemedicine. I think sometime in the near future, it will be more popular. But in medical practice, the thinking strategy is quite important. Why do you get such kind of diagnosis? Why you choose this treatment? We should have an answer to these whys, right? Without any answers, the patient never believe us. And also doctor never believe that doctors. And that's why AI having some limitation so far, but right? I'm not sure in the future what happens in the AI field, but AI will be quite popular, but cannot replace our daily practice, I think. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you. And another question, as a doctor, what do you expect technology for remote training and education?
Okay, it's very important and also very difficult question. So far, it's really difficult to imagine how to use a metaverse or extended reality for the education. As you know, already when some Japanese doctor and other company, including foreign countries, try to start show the 3D anatomy using using CT or MRI data. I suppose it's really useful to realize the structure of the organs in the body. But still okay, but it's really difficult to imagine how to expand these effective education to other fields. I don't have any idea so far. But as I mentioned in my presentations, virtual training in extended reality world or metaverse or something like that, it can be the quite useful tool to educate young doctors without any risk of injuring patients.
I see. So you are expect VR for further activity in education training. Thank you.
I wish.
And also, I'm really can I? Yes, Mr. Nam, you have any comment, question, please?
Yes. Thank you for the presentation of Dr. Tomohiko Moriyama. And I have a question about your one or two slide. First slide show many engineers support for the telemedicine, and the next slide is one doctor, only one doctor can active, and I want to know how can the doctor solve the problem when problem occur. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to explain the situation of that photos.
Yes.
Those photos. The right one, the now, I show that photo was taken this year, I suppose. Of course, only one doctor cannot prepare those equipment.
Yes.
Still, we have some travel restrictions in our hospital. So that situation, Shunta makes some comments and give us some advices to that doctors to set up the equipment.
Yes.
How
Set
to
up.
connect the endoscopic device, the tower to the PC, and how to set up the PC or something like that. And during the live demo, the Shunta keeps checking the status of the network and also the PC and or something like that.
And Mr. Sunta sit around doctor, yeah?
No, remotely.
Remotely, yes.
Yeah, that procedure was broadcasted from Tokyo to the foreign countries. So we do the Shunta made a remote support from.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So thank you very much. I think it's time. So again, thank you very much, Dr. Moriyama.
Thank you so much.
So next we will have institutional update, but before that, we will have a coffee break for 5 minutes. So we will restart this session at 1:45 p.m. in Japan. So yes, please come back 5 minutes later. Thank you.
Hello, James. Hello, James Carl Glacier from Philippines. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, yeah, can hear you.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, yeah, we just finished the first keynote speech, and then 5 minutes later, we will start the institutional update presentation. So,
We are from
your presentation
Makati
will be tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then, do you know if Mr. James can join today?
Actually, I'm Mr. James.
Hmm?
Mr. Jairus?
Jairus, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Mr. Jairus.
maybe tomorrow.
He will.
I'll ask him.
Okay, so will he? He won't join today, right?
Yeah. He'll join later.
Later. Okay. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so can we start the session, or is it better to wait for a few minutes? Is everyone okay?
I see.
Yes, thank you very much. Maybe okay. So we will have a institutional update, but before that, we have some new participants who couldn't join the last time. So I'd like to ask them to say hello to everyone. So first, Mr. James from Philippines.
Hi, hello.
Hi, James.
Hi.
Could you turn on your camera?
Wait. Hold on.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
James. Please say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Yes. Thank you very much. So another guy is Dao from Vietnam. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Hello, everyone.
Okay, Dao. Would you turn on your camera?
Yes, my camera have a problem. I will show my phone.
Oh, okay. So that please say hello to everyone. Okay. So does anyone who is first time to join? Okay. We invite one special guest, Mr. Tunggu, who supports the Indonesian team in this time. Hello, Tunggu.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tunggal from the University of Brawijaya. Nice to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Tunggu. So does anyone has not say hello to everyone? Is that all? Okay. So let's start the institutional update. So Min-san and Sajid.
Hello,
Yes.
everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So, good afternoon. Hi, Sajid. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. It's very good today to share with Mr. Sajid. I am Minh from Vinaren, and we will have a section institutional update from night country. So let's start with Mr. Ziering from Kesa University of Medicine Science Bhutan. Mr. Ziering, are you there? Hello. Okay, you can see your presentation, and everybody please notice that each presenter will have 12 minutes for presentation and 3 minutes for question and answer.
Yeah, and you can write your answer in the chat box if you want to. Yeah.
Mr. Chia, yeah, we can hear you.
Can I start? Okay, thank you. Good morning from Bhutan, and good afternoon to all the members, participating members joining from Japan. Good afternoon. So today I'm going to update on our institution, which is a university in Bhutan. And then I will take you through what all the activities that we have done so far after the COVID. And then I will update you on some of the additional information which are available in our university. So before that, I would like to briefly talk about our about university. So our university, it was established in 2nd May 2013 by the Act of University of Medical Sciences Act of Bhutan 2012. And this is the our building, which was recently constructed. And then officially it was renamed as Gesagalpo University of Medical Sciences of Bhutan in 2015 on February 28th. And then under university, we have like 3 constituent faculties: Faculty of Traditional Medicine, Faculty of Nursing and Public Health, Faculty of Postgraduate Medicine. And then as well as we have like 3 affiliated nursing institute in Bhutan. One is Aurora Academy of Health Sciences, and second one is Faculty of Nursing at Royal Thimphu College, and third one is Apollo Bhutan Institute of Nursing. So basically, under the university, we have like 3 constituent faculties, which provides like various programs in traditional medicine. And then whereas under the Faculty of Nursing and Public Health, we have like starting from certificate till bachelor's degree. And then now we are planning to start up with the master's in public health as well. And then under the Faculty of Postgraduate Medicine, we have like 11 postgraduate medicine courses, 11 PG residency courses. And then under the 3 affiliated courses, basically they are having only one course, which are same for all the affiliated colleges. So that is BAC Nursing, and then another 2 colleges are having like diploma in nursing. And then so far, like our university organized several webinars and then telemedicine programs from our university. Sometimes we collaboratively conducted webinar for the medical professionals. And then in 2020, we have conducted like 4 events. One is International Conference on Medical and Health Sciences. Usually this International Conference on Medical and Health Sciences, we usually take place in the face-to-face meeting, but due to the pandemic situation, from 2020, we had to start conducting the conference online virtually, and then we were using Zoom application for the conducting any type of conferences. And second one, in 2020, we had conducted Bhutan-Japan joint medical webinar. It was organized by the Kyushu University collaboratively with the Department of Information and Telecommunication, DIT, and Gesagalpo Medical University. And then all the participants were from the health background. And then another one is the health policy dialogue. It was conducted in 2020, and it was the main audience were the policymakers, health professionals, and then some of the private consultants as well attended the health policy dialogue 2020. And then in 2021, we have started our year with the first webinar session with joint medical webinar, same like 2020. It was supported by Kyushu University, TEMDEC. And then in 2021, again, we have conducted oral health dialogue, which was again focused on the health professionals background. And then again, in 2021, we have conducted health policy dialogue, which was chaired by our honorable health minister. And then during the this time's health policy dialogue, most of the members were from, participants were from the parliamentary, and then they were discussing on the health policy, how to change, and then the way forward, how to bring our change, how to bring changes in the health system in our country. And then most of the parliament were they were forward to support whatever the changes the university and then Minister of Health would bring, they would support. And then they were discussing on most of the issues related to medical issues in our country. And then one of the talk they have given was on the technology usage during the time of pandemic situation, like the situation that we are facing currently. And then the next one is support that I usually give during the conferences and then other telemedicine program. So in our university, since we don't have like a designated conference for the telemedicine, we had to always set up the conference venue from the scratch itself whenever we conduct a conference. So for that, we have to set up the conferences like from the scratch. So, in our university, we just have like 2 cameras and then 1 microphone, which is very easy for us to handle it and set up. And even we had trained like some of the staff who used to have frequent meetings. So I usually teach them and then share the knowledge how to set up the conferences. If I'm not in the way in office, they can set up themselves. And then another one is collect the presentation slides or materials. Usually I will be the host whenever they conduct a meeting, and then before the conference, I usually collect the presentation slides and the materials from the presenters and the participants as well. And then usually I collect the presentation slide not to display from my side. They will participant will share from their end, but in case if there is any problem from the participants end, usually I will share the presentation from my side only whenever there is a problem. And then another one is to maintain the quality of video, audio, and then network. So this is the crucial point, and then it's very significant. I think that we have to always maintain the quality of the video and audio, and then most importantly, the network is the one thing that we cannot run without the internet. So before we conduct or we organize a conference, I usually correspond with the Department of Information and Technology, DIT, for the upgradation of our internet, so that there won't be any problem during our conference and then telemedicine session. So I usually request DIT to do upgrade to like unlimited bandwidth, which suppose like only 1 gig in our country as of now, and then in future they're planning to come up with the 10 gig as well. And then last one is troubleshooting technical glitches. Usually we don't face much problem with the technical glitches because now all the participants are used to handling the Zoom application and the team, as well as Google Meet. So they don't face much problem, but at some cases we face some problem with some of the people who doesn't have who are not used to handling the Zoom application and other application. So during that time I used to troubleshoot those things and then advise them. And then usually we conduct 3 to 4, approximately, like we conduct four conferences in a year, like telemedicine conferences, like policy dialogue, oral health dialogue, and then I haven't mentioned most like the PG resident. They are always taking their classes through Zoom or the Google Meet, and then it has become famous in our country that is Zoom has picked up since most of the users are using the convenient of using the Zoom application. So usually in our country, in university, we conduct 4 to 5, 3 to 4 times in a year conferences. And then for the demonstration, like the one which the keynote speaker has shown, like demonstration, and then those things we couldn't do it in our country because due to the situation, we couldn't procure the suitable equipments which can be done live demonstration. But we are coming up with the simulation lab in our country, in our university, and then soon we are going to do the demonstration, and then on top of that, we are planning to do the demonstration for the regional hospitals, and then other hospital as well. So the main simulation lab will be in our university, and then the live demonstration, and then classes will be broadcasted through Zoom or other means of application. And then challenges, so far, I haven't faced much problem because the setting up of Zoom is not that difficult. But due to lack of suitable equipments, like sometimes we land up getting different equipment, and then it doesn't match with our specification. So at the first time, we brought a grand stream camera, which is very good in terms of resolution, but due to the support version of the grand stream, we couldn't use the Zoom application, but we can use like Google Meet and other application. So there comes a problem where we have to select suitable equipment for different purpose. For the telemedicine, we might require a different equipment, and then for the conferencing purpose, it's very easy for us to do it through the laptop itself. And then one thing is that lack of communication. So lack of communication here, what it means is that because of lack of communication between the organizer and then the presenter or the participant. So the technical people, like in case in our university, all the presentation and materials will be collected by the host. I'm the host, and engineers, like IT engineers, has to collect all the presentation. But due to lack of communication, the most of the presentation are being shared at the last moment, which causes problem for the IT people handling the conferences. So these are the two challenges that we are facing currently. And then additional information, like previously there was only one IT in university. Now we have like 2 IT. And then our internet bandwidth is Mbps currently, and we are planning to upgrade it to 50 Mbps. And then we are using like a research and education network with a backbone speed of like 100 Mbps. And then equipment like we have like Logitech Meetup all-in-one video conferencing camera with expansion mic. Then one is Grand Stream, and recently we have procured like a P2Z camera, which is very good in terms of the resolution, and then it's very convenient to use as well. So thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Choi. So anyone have a short question for him? And please note that please more brief your presentation so we can have a question for you.
Sorry.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So thank you very much for your nice presentation. Do you mentioned that you have 4 events in a year, and I'd like to know if you have any specific room, teleconference room for the event, or what kind of room you are using?
So usually, currently we don't have specific teleconferencing room. So we set up wherever the rooms are available. So we don't have a specific room for teleconference.
So what kind of room you are using usually?
Usually we use like boardroom, which has like 20 people capacity hall. And then for the international conferences, like big conferences, we conduct in our conference hall, which has capacity of like 300 people.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
May I have a question? This is
Yes, please.
Thank you, Sherin, for your nice presentation. I'd like to ask the international event. You know, you mentioned the event between Japan and Bhutan, but is there any other international event with other countries?
Other countries, no dates, sir. So we just had like with the Japanese country, like Koishu University, with the help of DAMDEC.
Okay.
We had two conferences, and then still we are having like endoscopy teleconference as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So
may I ask one more question?
Yes.
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay, the last one.
Okay. So every teleconference, your IT staff supports doctors, or the doctor themselves join the meeting teleconference individually sometimes?
So it depends. Usually we call all the presenter to our university, and then we let them present from our university, because the internet speed in our university is good. And then if they can manage to join from other location with good internet speed, we give a provision to do it from other places as well. But we arrange in both the site, like they can arrange from their own place, or they can come to our university, and then we arrange them a place to do the presentation.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So our next presenter is Miss Pledon. She's from National Referral Hospital of Bhutan. So Miss Pledon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'd like to remind you that you will get 12 minutes to talk and 3 minutes for questions. So the floor is yours. Please start your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Belden. I'm ICT officer at Jimmido Jiwonju National Referral Hospital. And on the left-hand side, you can see our hospital. And on the right, it is a logo of our hospital. So before I begin my presentation, I would like to start by saying I quote, the section 21 and 22 under Article 9 of the Constitution of the Kingdom of Bhutan states that the state shall provide free access to basic public health services in both modern and traditional medicine. This means healthcare services in Bhutan is free. So nobody has to pay nothing for the health. And the services which are not there in Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital are referred outside the Bhutan, and the royal government of Bhutan pay the cost of treating the patient, including airfare and travel expenses. So now I would like to take you through, I would like to give an overview of Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital. So Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital is 381 bedded hospital. We have 20 departments. Our inpatient admission is a little more than 1,700. Our bed occupancy is 82.3%. Average length of stay is 6.2 days, and OPT attendance in a year is 526,000 out of a little more than 700,000 population. So we have 130 doctors and 542 nurses working in GGW and NRH hospital. So this information is taken from annual report of GGW NRH 2019. Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital is connected to Duke Research and Education Network, and we have a lease-line bandwidth of 116 Mbps. I would like to say Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital is fortunate enough to have experiences in some telemedicine project. So telemedicine project between Mungar Regional Referral Hospital and Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital was established in 2000. We have many cases such as dermatology and radiology was discussed between these two hospitals. Why? Because Mungar Regional Referral Hospital did not have these two services there by them. And in 2019, remote telemedicine project was implemented in 14 sites. When I say 14 sites, these sites are the basic health units where it's run by health assistant. So there is no doctor in these sites. And Jigme-Dorji Wanchai National Referral Hospital acted as an expert and for these 14 sites. So all the consultation which the health assistant could not take care was referred to GGW NRH. I mean, was consulted through online GGW NRH. And we are also lucky enough to have been a recipient of a SAK telemedicine project where our doctors and health professionals used to discuss case with two super specialized hospitals in Lucknow, one in Lucknow and one in Chandigarh. We also use this SAK telemedicine for tele-CME. So we had this many experience in telemedicine project. So some of the technical support that ICT division had to give in 2020 to provide technical support to radiology to discuss on Osiris software. So Osiris software is one of the software donated by Osiris Foundation in Geneva. So whenever we encounter glitches in the software or whenever there's updation in the software, we do through teleconference. So we provide technical support to the radiologists. When I say technical support here, we mean we issue laptop to them, we install Zoom for them, and we ensure there is a reliable network and the audio and video are clear. We also provided technical support to mother and child hospital user for the online training they had to undergo for the Bhutan vaccine software. And ICT division also acted as a point of contact during the lockdown, where we had to provide information to the patient when we received a call. So we had few identified doctors who provide teleconsultation when there was lockdown here. We also downloaded and installed Zoom software for many of the users in our hospital. We have a paid license Zoom account, so we share the user account and password to hospital users whenever they have meetings, conferences, or some discussion that need to held or which they need to host. We also provided laptop and set up laptop, data card, and internet connection in the COVID ward. We had to provide this because the doctors and healthcare professionals, once they are in the COVID ward, they are not allowed to come out or mix with anyone outside. So through this equipment, they had discussion with the doctor in the region as well as within GTW NRH for the cases, COVID cases which they had. And we also provided and set up laptop and internet connection in the flu clinic, which was established after the COVID. Yeah, some of the difficulties that we encountered was we don't have telemedicine conferencing equipment. We've been using laptop or desktop or webcam for this purpose. So moreover, we don't have dedicated room for teleconference. So currently I'm presenting this presentation from my home. So likewise, our doctors and healthcare professionals, they'll be using they'll be teleconferencing from their workstation. So we don't have a dedicated room where all of us can, go fit in there and listen to our talk or have a teleconferencing. We also encounter issue with the poor quality of a video and audio sometimes. And our user prefer face-to-face discussion or meeting or conferences, training over teleconferencing. So I feel these are the challenges that we encounter in our hospital. So with this, I've come to the end of my presentation. And if you have any question, I'll be happy to take. So yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So thank you. Thank you, Ms. President, for your nice presentation. So now it is a Q&A session. So if you have a question, you can ask her.
May I have a question? This is
Yes, Shunta, please.
Thank you, President, for your nice presentation. I have a question about regarding the types of the teleconference event. You mentioned about your technical support, but maybe your institution have a remote consultation, and also sometimes the communication between the COVID ward and other ward for teleconference. But is there any types of event which use the teleconference?
Till now, we don't have any major event where we had teleconferencing, but for all these small events such as discussion between doctor in the COVID ward and the doctor outside the ward, they use Google Meet as well as Zoom for the discussion. Yeah, we have been using Zoom most of the time.
Okay, thank you very much. And another question is, you mentioned the lack of the equipment as the difficulties, but sometimes does your staff share the laptop to use the teleconference, or each individual devices?
Yes, we do. When we say staff, it's not my personal staff, or I mean our personal device. We have a common device like laptop. So our office has a laptop. It's not personal, it's an office laptop where, let's say if a radiology, if they're having a teleconference of some online discussion, we issue that laptop to them. Then we take it back once the meeting is over. So yeah, we have been managing that till now. And till now, our hospital, they don't have plan to, purchase telemedicine equipment. I mean, the one with a good sound quality, video quality. And we also don't have a room where all our healthcare professionals can come into one room and have a good discussion. So yeah, we have been managing with the laptop till now.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, is there any other question for her? No.
Okay, maybe not. So thank you, Miss Pradhan, for your presentation. So next, we want to invite Mr. Lukman from Dr. Karyadi Hospital. He will share his presentation.
Okay,
Mr.
thank you,
Lukman.
Min. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay, I will start my presentation. Can you see my slide?
Yes, please make it full screen.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I want to present our institutional update for SAKURA Science Exchange Program. This is our preview for our institution, hospital, Karyadi General Hospital. Our hospital is located in Dr. Sutomo number 16 in Semarang City, Province Central Java, Indonesia. And our hospital is a referral hospital for the Central Java province. And now, Karyadi Hospital is a grade A for educational and teaching hospital for doctors, medical specialists, and subspecialists from Medical Faculty of Diponegoro University. Our area approximately 193 meters square with building area approximately 82,000 meters square. And now Karyadi General Hospital have bed capacity 1,086 bed, and now already accredited by the GCI, Joint Commission International, in 2017 as a teaching hospital. Now we move to our support in COVID pandemic. Our unit is called SIMRS, or you may say it Hospital Information System. Our support for the first time in the pandemic is build the team and help training user to operate or conduct teleconference using application like Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, Troopons, Webex, GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, video, and the last one, our favorite, is Zoom. And then we provide a stable internet for the connection, for the meeting, for the seminar, or the another event. And we also help setting the audio and video for the meeting. Our online activity during pandemics, as we know, meeting become online, like the structural meeting of our institution. It's once in a week. Directorate meeting also once in a week. Nursing coordination meeting also once in a week. Unit installation meeting also once in a week. Plenary meeting, it's conduct once in a month. And also supervisory board meeting with the directors is also once in a month. We also receive the comparative study for another institution, maybe 1 or 2 times in a month. Also, we conduct a health seminar about 4 times in a month. And then also, if virtual oath taking ceremony, this is institutional event, and we also help virtual clinic setting using TrueCon's application. This is every day. This is our documentation. This is comparative study from Banyumas Hospital in July 15. This is comparative study from Sultan Agong Hospital in 17 June. This is comparative study from Semen Gresik Hospital. And this is from Cipto Mangunkusumo Hospital in 4 March. This is our documentation for oath taking ceremony in 23 August, also in 22 June, also in 6 April. Then our support or our documentation in seminar, health seminar. This is last Saturday, 13 November. This is also even in October. This is October 2. We regularly conduct the seminar online. This is also in October. This is September. Commemorate World Heart Day. This is in September. Osteoarthritis. This is also in September. September 2. This is the virtual clinic. So our support in virtual clinic is prepare the equipment for the admin or the doctor to communicate via video call to the patient. No difficulty in support the event. First is unstable internet connection from the venue or the speaker side. You know, if the speaker is from outside or he is not in the venue, usually when connection is bad, the meeting is not smooth. And then we already have some account, but we subscribe account in 500 participants. So when the capacity is full, we stream the event on the YouTube. And then maybe audio problems, the speaker cannot be heard for the participant, or maybe another noise. And the last is documentation activity. Usually we forget to document our activity, but now we make we already contact another unit to help us to make a documentation for our activity. Maybe that's all my presentation. If you all have any question, you can ask for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Lukman. Activities really good. Any question from anyone?
May I ask about the difficulty of the documentation activity? So
Yes.
why is it difficult?
When
yeah.
Yes.
Can I
Thank
ask
you.
again?
Yes, when we concentrate in our event, sorry, or we forget to take a picture or to record the event. So when already finished the event,
Okay.
baru ingat gitu loh.
Yeah, I understand the situation, but so documentation is also the engineer's task, ICT staff task. So is there anyone who can support the documentation part?
Now we already support by another unit for the documentation. And now we can see our documentation is better than before.
Yeah. I think documentation is very important for records, the
Yes.
activity records, but yeah, I also know how hard to keep this documentation. I think we have the same problem. Thank you very much.
May I have a question? This is Shunta speaking.
Yes, Shunta.
You look, very good presentation. You have a lot of events to support, but how many IT staff is working for the support for teleconference? Only you, or is there any colleagues?
There's any colleagues for my unit division.
Oh, how
maybe 3 or 5.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lukman. I have a question.
Yes, Rico.
Yeah, so as you said, like documentation, are you required some some document from hospital for report your activity?
Yes, usually the what to say, must say for publicity in Instagram. So our hospital have account, Instagram account, and now all the event documented in that account. So the news or the event that we conduct, the documentation is there.
Thank you.
So, is there any other question? Okay, now it's time to move to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Mr. Kusindarto from Brawijaya University of Indonesia.
Okay.
So can okay. The floor is yours. You can share your presentation, please.
Can you see my?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm Kuswindarto from Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Brawijaya Malang. This is a presentation for SAKURA Science Exchange Program in Science, technical support for teleconference under COVID-19 pandemic. This is our faculty in Universitas Brawijaya. Faculty of Medicine Universitas Brawijaya have 5 major bachelor degree. The first is medicine, second is nursing, third is nutrition, fourth is midwifery, and the 5th is pharmacy. And 19 medical specialists, and 4 master program, and 1 doctoral program. In the pandemic COVID-19, everything is become online. All activities limited. The lecture is online. Examination is online too, and we have each or work from home. The first time we deploy in our faculty, to start all the online activity, we do the training for all lecture and administration staff. They learn about what is online meeting and what is lecture online and working all from online. The challenge is we must repeat the training several times so they get used to do alone. Choosing the best tool in online meeting. So many options available in this meeting. Yes, synchronous way is Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, GoToWebinar, Zoom. The example of asynchronous way is YouTube video, PowerPoint video with audio. And we choose the Zoom meeting is the best solution for our faculty. In the first pandemic, we have 20 Zoom account, but now in 2021, we have 39 Zoom education account and 1 large meeting, 1,000 participants. The Zoom account is accommodate 5 bachelor program, 4 master program, 1 doctoral program, and 19 medical specialists. For bachelor lecture that scheduled routinely, we allocate special Zoom account. The rest is allocated to all other reserved meeting in our faculty. The meeting schedule. So many meeting we should facilitate in the first, we still manual schedule. After 1 month, we got overwhelmed. We design reservation online using G-Form, Google Form, but we continue update the form to improve our service until now. In 1 day, we become a 4 session schedule. This morning, afternoon, evening, and night to efficiency the account. We decide the reserve maximum 1 day before the event that we can serve. The meeting schedule is handled by 2%. The schedule person is me, and the front desk as a link distribution and complaint handling is my colleague. This is the example of Zoom reservation. Okay, this is a local sheet for Zoom reservation 2. This is a totally Zoom account in after pandemic. During pandemic, this all is Zoom account during pandemic. This is a graduation during pandemic. This the picture. This is the setting is very difficult, but I get help from my colleagues too. This is life skill video learning. And the conclusion for the pandemic is practice make perfect. No work hour. Every day is online meeting. There's no more day off. This IT staff is become important person. Much easier to ask new device to our faculty. Okay, thank you. This is my presentation. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. Kosindra, for your nice presentation. So now it is time for Q&A session. So do you have any question, audience?
So, hello, this is Shunta from Temdek.
Okay, hello Junta.
Okay, thank you very much, Swing. In your presentation, you work to teach how to use the teleconference, and also maybe you will working to set up and operating the teleconference itself. So, which one needs more resource? It means, are you working the
difficult one or
no, not the difficult? Which, more working for which one?
Oh, okay. I understand you mean. The more working is set up the graduation for meeting, online meeting, webinar is the lecture is only for time, only for time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
So is there any question for Mr. Kushindato? No. So
okay, if not, thank you again, Mr. Kuswindasto. And next we will have presentation from Mr. Louis Basuki from Sriwijaya University. Mr. Basuki?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Min.
Thank you. Please, go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Dwi Basuki, and I am from Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Sriwijaya, and my position is engineering. And I want to thanks to Temdek to invite me for join for this 2021 SAKURA Science Exchange Program. Okay, I will share about learning adaptation during COVID-19 pandemic on Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Sriwijaya. This is my institution, established since 1962 as the best health school in southern part of Sumatra Island in Indonesia. Our faculty have 21 study programs: undergraduate, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Dentist, Bachelor of Nurse, Bachelor of Psychology, and Master Degree, and Master Beyond Medical Science, Doctorate or PhD degree, and PhD in Biomedical Science. And we have 10 specialists. I'm going to share a quick story about pandemic on academic in my institution. Since March 2020, 100% strict restrictions, no face-to-face studies, and no field study in all facilities. And Dean ordered to recall all students in network hospitals and restriction in hospital. And 100% learn from home. Distance learning using Zoom for lecture, and postponement of laboratory and skill lab activities and distance lab activity, and no bedside teaching in hospital. This is several activity that I support as engineering. First, graduation. The second, online webinar. The third, student exam. And fourth, official inauguration. For graduation from March 2020 to November 2021, in my faculty, students carry out to graduation. First, faculty inauguration held at the faculty, and second, university graduation. From 2020, we start online graduation in April till December, and 2021 start from February till October. Online webinar about once in 2 months. I am involved in online webinars when held at the faculty meeting room. So I have to set up the sound and video system in the meeting room. Student exam, we have 2 types of exam: multiple choice question and objective structural clinical examination. The exam is usually held for 2 days. The first day for the multiple choice question, and the second day for the objective structural clinical examination. And March 2020 till November 2021, start on July 2020, we start online examination. For the inauguration of officials within the faculty is not too frequent. I estimate that at least 1 every 6 months, there will be an event. Collateral effect of on-learning, limited of interactive face-to-face learning, distant class meeting, usually using Zoom, and for chatting, tutorial, we using WhatsApp group, Line, or Instagram. Learn from home. Cost increase for students, and they are self-prepared for student for lecture, skill lab, or laboratory. And of course, they must prepare their internet quota for online exam or lecture. Because there are some students who are in countryside, they usually low signal and mislead material. Yearly adaptation, 100% learn from home for undergraduate, and modification of learning strategies, methods, and media, blended learning and distant learning. This is multiple choice question exam condition. This picture show exam supervisor using line group video. Condition is only invite teacher who supervise the group. Before the exam starts, student must show the condition of their room because during their exam they must not be held and the laptop actually access the online exam address. Usually they use two equipment, laptop and their mobile phone. And camera position is behind the student, so the supervisor can see a laptop screen. This is MCQ exam using Zoom. The condition is same when using line. We prepare to connection line and Zoom because lecture want to using line and some want to using Zoom. This picture shows objective structural clinical examination usually using Zoom. This exam always using Zoom. The condition is waiting room is activated and make some break room. So lecturer and student enter the break room according to the group that has been created. This is online event during pandemic. I'm support as engineer and my side is registration staff and others. This is for graduation and inauguration. For large events such as inauguration, we usually use several more equipments like multiple laptops, professional cameras, and sound mixers. This is my team because I believe I can work alone to support this online activity. So we have different tasks. Someone is an audio engineering, someone is a video engineer, someone as a host, and someone is in charge to displaying the presentation on the main screen. This is equipment we use on mixer and more laptop. Ongoing problem is different setting every event because not same room when event was held. Plus activity in campus for several time, worries about the achievement of competence, and I must got to learn more about audio and video setting because sometimes I had to set audio and video setting in the meeting room. Positive effect due pandemic is adapted to blended learning, lecture more creative with IT and multimedia, animation and video. Guest lecture are more intense, usually adapt to free campus program, accustomed to independent learning, low cost of graduation, and student taking care of their own family as participant. Okay, this is my last slide. I have a quote from Charles Darwin. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. Terima kasih. Thank you. Arigato gozaimashita.
Thank you. Any question from you?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Dewey Basky, for your nice presentation. I especially interested in your two banners of activity. And you said you have team for conference online streaming, and is your staff where belong to? Is there IT staff of your university hospital?
Because I work on the faculty, so in my faculty have 3 IT to support this online activity. So in hospital, usually they use our Zoom account if the hospital want to online lecture in hospital. So we use our Zoom account. We make a schedule and share to the lecturer and the student.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any question? Okay, if not, thank you again, Mr. Basuki.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's move to our next speaker. Next speaker is Mr. Anggan Laksana.
Yes,
He's from University of Sumatera Utara from Indonesia. So, Laksana, would you please share your screen?
Okay, thank you for
Okay.
opportunity.
Yeah. Yes. Can you make the presenter mode? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Agung. I'm from University of Sumatera Utara at Dental Faculty. Thank you to invite me from SAKURA Science Program in 2021. Okay, this our location in North Sumatra. Okay, this Medan is a capital city of the North Sumatra. This is a third largest city in Indonesia. This is my university. This is my administration building. This auditorium, and this dental faculty. Okay. And this is a picture of University of Sumatera Utara Hospital. And what type of event are held? Okay. I have a 5. One student lecture, student exam, dentist competency test, webinar, and any event, dentist graduation, professor inauguration, specialist dentist comprehensive exam. For the student lecture, my boss ordered a fine distancing learning solution because the new that I understood video conferencing And I have two platforms to use: GoToMeeting and Zoom Meeting. But now Zoom we use the Zoom for various reasons until now. Okay, next. For semester exam or student exam, usually we do in the computer room. Participant attend and work in the room. And now during pandemic, all test takers were at home. The exam system, which normally could only be accessed by a local network, but now we are forced to create a virtual private server or VPS, so that can be accessed anywhere using the internet. To reduce the risk of exam question being copied or captured by participant, we use exam system safe exam browser to security. Okay, our surveillance system using by Zoom meeting. Students use two devices. They can use a smartphone or two laptop. Smartphone is connect to Zoom, and laptop or PC access the exam system. And next, dentist competency test. Okay, the usually in the same room. This examines patient and candidate. They and one room. And now during pandemic, currently candidate, examiner, and patient are the different rooms. Every move from the first station test to next station is done using the breakout room feature in the Zoom meeting. Next, webinar for International Standard Seminar of Conference USU or University of Sumatera Utara. Usually hold them in a large room in hotel. Of course, the costs required are very large, but during pandemic, we use video conference such as Zoom as the medium used. Of course, the expenditure for this event was small and did not involve many people as the committee. And this main event, international conference, graduation, dentist graduation, this pharmacy graduation, this event, I forget, a medical faculty. Yes, this professor grade inauguration. And next, what kind of support? I support the internet. We use Usuneta network for the bandwidth. We have 100 or the 1 gigabyte per second. And then sound system is very important. because not sound system not good, the message not conveyed to the participant, of course. And camera device, as you usually for the small room, I just use one camera, but to use a large room, I use two, or sometimes I use the four camera. And then software, for the additional software I using open broadcaster software or OBS. To use OBS, use virtual camera in a Zoom. This is very helpful. It will show a lot of video from the host side. And then how many times during pandemic, of course, is significant activity for use teleconference or video conference in pandemic COVID-19. Kemudian difficulty, my experience, I has sometimes voice not heard either on the participant side or on the YouTube streaming broadcast, because is use an additional sound system, so it must be managed properly maybe. And then don't forget to turn off annotation feature in Zoom. I have a problem with this because the participant can cross out PowerPoint speaker. This is a very embarrassing incident for the host. And next, once happened as a commuter only relied on Wi-Fi, and I suggest using a LAN cable. What I was worried about happening, suddenly the host connection was lost during the event. And then next, don't forget turn off the unmute themselves feature. This very important with for me, because happened during which events such as singing the national anthem, suddenly someone spoke from the participant side. At the time, I really panicked and got reprimand by my boss. Of course, we can reactive this during after Q&A session. And last, I can handle it myself when event run concurrently. Many event in my office, so I very busy for the handle the event, so I'm stressed for this. This additional information is my receipt in use. I use a camera for type of VC 520, and then my mixer Behringer Onyx USB, and my PC desktop Lenovo V530, and my software is OBS and Zoom. This is my presentation. I'm sorry for my English not good, but I want to thanks to Temdek, Kyushu University, ID Telemedicine, Professor, Senior, and friend, and all participants in this program. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. Laksana, for your nice presentation. Now it is time for the Q&A session. So is there any question for Mr. Laksana?
Can I ask comments? Thank
Yep.
you for your nice activity presentation. I'm
Mhm.
very interested in you increase the activity after COVID-19 pandemic
Okay.
dramatically. And do I think you support, your technical team support the activity to realize event, but do you have any training for doctors or medical staffs?
Yes, of course. In January 2020, of course, I train a doctor and staff to using a video conference system. Okay. Of course, we to apa sih namanya, mengajari apa Mas Pogi to training the doctor to use this system. Because
Use Zoom?
Yes, I use the Zoom
Mhm.
business Zoom business. Okay.
You have training for using Zoom or other training?
No, we use Zoom only. I use the Zoom to training because dental faculty just use Zoom at now until now.
Thank you.
So thank you, Ms. Kuriko. Is there any other question for Mr. Laksana? No. So if we don't have another question, then we can move forward. So
Okay, so next will be Mr. Poppy Indra Aditya from Dr. Muhiwadi Hospital.
Hello. Okay.
Mr. Poppy, please share your presentation.
Can you see? Can you hear my voice?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. Hello. My name is Pogi. I'm from Wardi General Hospital. I'm from Central Java. Okay. This is Indonesia. This is Central Java. You see? Yeah, this is Surakarta in Central Java. When the pandemic is over, I hope you all can visit Indonesia, Central Java to see Borobudur, Prambanan Temple in Central Java. Okay, it's about Dr. Mawardi Hospital is located in Surakarta City, Central Java, Indonesia. This hospital is Central Java Province Hospital. Official name Dr. Mawardi on November 10 in 88. Hospital bed capacity is 824, and Dr. Mawardi Hospital is also educational hospital for 11 Maret University and other educational institution. Okay, I've been working at Mawardi Hospital for almost 11 years. I work in the multimedia and web division. In this division, I'm alone, but I also get a lot of help from other division in hospital IT department, software, hardware, network. I start helping with teleconference support in this hospital starting 2015. From there, I learned a lot about teleconference. What technical support from teleconference from 2020, what type of event, what kind of support. Okay, next. Before pandemic, our activity is endoscopy teleconference monthly, neurology teleconference monthly, Ministry of Health, it's unscheduled, governor institution, it's unscheduled too. Our hardware, just webcam Logitech. We have 3 and AVR VC5201 mixer USB. In that before pandemic, we don't have teleconference application. And then at the beginning of pandemic, our activity became to increase along with the limitation of social mobility. Everyone start using teleconferencing. All part of the hospital need the help of engineers to conduct teleconference. The hospital IT team is getting over helmet, not only working on teleconference question, but also fulfilling application requests that aim to reduce face-to-face contact. The network team is also working hard to meet the hospital internet needs, even preparing CCTV for isolation room. Because I'm responsible for multimedia, especially teleconference, I collab with education and training department to have to initiate to provide training to the staff in how to use teleconference application, especially Zoom. This training has had a good impact because now its division can conduct teleconference on its own with the help of this trained staff. And many of these activities encourage management to meet and increase the need for teleconference equipment. This is activity and training department staff at the beginning of pandemic. Provide Zoom application training to unit, and this is teleconference with governor, teleconference with Ministry of Health. This is our IT network. Prepare the CCTV on COVID room. In time of pandemic activity, monthly teleconference activities are carried out in each medical staff group. Support online exam in several medical staff, support staff group department. Launch teleconsult. This is application we developed by our programmer for patient consultation. Then management provide support by purchasing additional equipment for teleconference. We buy a AVR VC520 Pro 4 pieces, mic USB, Logitech webcam. And then we subscribe to Zoom Education with 20 hosts. And then teleconference schedule setting with Zoom. And implementation of offline and online training hybrid. Then how many times? This is during maybe total in one year is 800 meeting, and most participants join via mobile Android. You can see that this is used per meeting start from October 2020. Difficulties is about concurrent event. We need more equipment, we need more engineer, we need teleconference room. And one more is about a sudden teleconference event that not organized. Okay, this all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Poppy.
Yeah.
Any question from anyone?
Can I ask a question? I'm very surprised that the Indonesian team have many activities, yeah, I'm very impressed. And Poki-san, you are now the engineer for multimedia and teleconference.
Yes. Yes.
That was a change, or you were a multimedia and teleconference engineer from the past?
From the past, I and on programmer from web developer, and then in the next years, I got plus from multimedia, and then because teleconference is more used in 2015. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I remember you were the web developer, and now because of increasing activity, you are supporting the multimedia and teleconference. And so if the activity will be increased more, maybe you need more staff
Yeah.
to support. Yeah, great. And please keep in touch. Thank you.
May I have a comment?
Okay, Sunda.
Okay. Not only for, I also are surprised for the Indonesian that actually I didn't expect it about training. I thought all of you have only having technical support, but you are training to other stuff. So I think it's very good way to for the full support. Yes, that's the comment. Thank you very much.
Yes, I make for the training, I make a tutorial book and video how to use Zoom application. For easy for other staff or other maybe department. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I really interested in the training, and you Indonesian team have some you individually done the training program, but maybe we can develop together some online training program or something like that.
And if possible, may I take a look of the tutorial book you made?
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you very
I
much.
will send you.
Very interesting.
But I'm sorry, in Indonesia.
But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what kind of like say information with graphic or text
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Poppy.
Okay, so let's move to our next presenter. Our next presenter is Mr. Tran Van Nam from Vietnam National Institute of Ophthalmology. Although he was supposed to give his presentation tomorrow, he is giving his presentation today. So, Mr. Nam, can you hear me?
Sorry, not me. Inhibitor Bùi Phú Nam, Ninh Bình Hospital.
Sorry.
Sorry, sorry, Sajid. There are two Nam, Vipu Nam and Tramban Nam. And
Okay, okay. So the Bùi Phi Nam is presenting today. Okay. He's from the Ninh Bình General Hospital. Okay.
Just wait for a few seconds.
Okay.
Please.
Mr. Nam, if you are not ready yet, we can
Yes.
come back to you
No,
later.
no, no, no.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now it's okay.
So please send your presentation.
Okay, I can see
Yes.
your presentation.
Yes. Thank you for your attention and for give me opportunity to show my presentation today. My name is Bùi Phu Nam from Ninh Bình General Hospital. And sorry. Next slide. Not work. Yes. There is short information about my hospital, and my hospital is in Ninh Bình. Ninh Bình is in the north of Vietnam. It's about 100 kilometers from Ninh Bình to Hanoi capital. The hospital has more than 900 employees. Total number of planned beds is 700 beds. Actually, statistics about 1,450 beds, and the hospital has more than has 45 departments. This is the technical support for teleconference from 2020. We have a teleconference with a hospital in Hanoi capital. For example, Bạch Mai and Việt Đức and Hanoi Central Adult Stomatology Hospital. The unit in charge is training and direction of healthcare activities center. Is a weekly teleconference. Device used to connect is Cisco SH20 and Polycom and Polycom Ring Presence desktop. We also have teleconference with Ministry of Health. The training direction of healthcare activity center is the unit in check. It's a monthly teleconference. It's connected by Polycom Ring Presence desktop. We also had teleconference in the medical training and teleconference with foreign medical institution. It's monthly, and support type is engineer support in using Zoom and GoToMeeting. At the beginning of 2020, when the coronavirus disease outbreak in Vietnam, we had a teleconference between departments in the hospital. This is daily for a period 1 month. The support is engineer support in using VMeet. Is an application software of Viettel. It's a Vietnam company. This is the teleconference between department chamber. It's I work in the Department of Infection Disease. You can see in the corner of screen. And every day we have the conference, daily conference between all departments in the hospital. We're using the VMIT system. In the isolation ward, it's an infection department. I combine using Zalo is Vietnam application software like Facebook and WhatsApp to contact with Vietnamese and foreign patients to support doctor, nurse in treatment and all matter related to accommodation. Difficulties at the beginning of 2020 when the COVID-19 disease just appeared. And the patient room in my hospital is a basic, very basic room, include bed and bedside table. If the engineer are not well equipped with skill in using protective gear, it will be dangerous for work, for setup, network, camera, etc. And in the patient room, we have the positive patient with COVID-19 in the room. It's dangerous. And when after we set up camera with speaker and microphone is usually mount on the ceiling, and it helps to communicate with patient when we communicate, when we talk with patient. And the second is a noisy sound from machine, negative pressure machine. It's noisy, and it has to communicate too. Is this all of my presentations? Thank you for your attention.
So thank you, Mr. Nam, for your nice presentation, and apologies for my mistake. So now it's time for the Q&A session. So is there any question for Mr. Nam?
So may I have a question?
Yes, Santo.
Thank you, Nam, for your presentation. I have two questions. One is you are having engineering support for each event, but what kind of engineering support? It means preparing the laptop or preparing the headset camera, or just you make the meeting room and tell the connecting information, or something like that?
Thank you for your question. In teleconference, I supporting by setting the device, and in the teleconference with the foreign institution, I also contact and set up device. But we have a training department. We have a training department, and the weekly activities. The staff of training department, they set up weekly by themselves. Yes, And if we have the about the monthly, not very usually, I will make I will supporting setup device and contact.
Okay, thank you very much. And another question is, you had the teleconference with a foreign country, but which countries you have connected?
I connect with Israel.
Okay.
Yes, Israel, and the medical. I don't know exactly country, but the international.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So thank you, Shuntan.
Can I ask a question also?
Yes.
Thank you, Nam-san, for your presentation. I am interested in the Vietnamese doctor is good at for connecting teleconference or not. I don't know. So could you tell me about the overview of skills of Vietnamese doctors for participating and organizing teleconference?
Yes. About our doctor in my hospital, and I have given required for many times for some department, but there are many little doctor good at English. The little. Maybe they are so busy, but I know one doctor they can speak. He can speak English, and the next conference I will invite him again for the teleconference activity. But in my house is a very little doctor.
Little doctor can
speak. Can speak.
Can participate the online conference or
online conference in Vietnam. In Vietnam, yes, many doctor.
Many doctor can.
But international as this conference with the foreign institution, there are not many. Very little. Yes.
Oh, so it's not a technical matter, but it's communication matter. International teleconferencing is difficult to join.
Yeah, the matter is the problem with internet connection.
Internet connection.
Yes, not smoothly. Video not smoothly.
I see.
Yes.
So thank you. Min-san, do you have any comment? So international connection in Vietnam is sometimes very difficult to
No, I don't think so. I think it's depend on the location.
I see.
Yeah, the internet connection, over the bandwidth is very high now, but it depends. Yeah, even big hospital, they have huge bandwidth, but it's some division or some building. Yeah, if the engineer they doesn't notice of the bandwidth, they may have very low bandwidth. So I think the bandwidth is the most important thing. Even me, sometimes I have to use the 4G for the teleconference.
I see. Thank you for your information.
Okay.
So any question for the Mr. Nam?
Yeah.
If not, thank you again, Mr. Nam, for the
Yes, thank you, Mr.
presentation.
Main and
But
Mr. Sajid.
yeah,
Yep.
the last presentation is Mr. Mor Hafiz from University of Malaya Medical Center, but
he's not joining for
yeah,
some reason here.
Hello, Hafiz.
Hi. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Hi. May I start my presentation?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right. Okay, hello everyone. Can you see my slide?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so today I will present our institutional update session for technical support for application of teleconference to medical institution under COVID-19. All right, so let me introduce about institutional background. UMMC, University Malaya Medical Center. It was established by statute in September 1962 and is part of the University of Malaya. It serves as a teaching hospital for the Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya, and is the largest and oldest teaching hospital in Malaysia, and also the second largest hospital in Malaysia. University of Malaya is formerly known as University Hospital. It's the first teaching public hospital under the Ministry of Higher Education with 1,617 beds. Okay, University of Malaya objective is strive to provide the best service and treatment efforts that are ongoing to provide the medical service, learning and research with the best efficiency to our customer. Located in Petaling Jaya, Kuala Lumpur. All right. So the introductions. Sorry, I will not introduce myself. Myself is Muhammad Hafiz bin Zakaria from Ministry of Medical Center, Malaysia, and designation as Assistant Technical Officer. All right. So my responsible in my organization is I have two roles, two main jobs and side jobs. My main job is managing a frontline technical divisions, handling complaint from end user, and produce the statistical achievement report for IT department, and managing and purchasing an ICT asset inventory at UMMC, and supervising a technical support team. So all the complaint, ICT complaint come from user in my organization. It's my role to handle the complaint. So my side job in my organization is conducting occasions and event in teleconference, supervising virtual meeting involving teleconference method, and creating a proposal regarding the teleconference equipments. So our next project is a studio for my organization, and I also managing a schedule a virtual event, responsible for training and user for teleconference. All right. Okay, so this is my contribution on teleconferencing. Okay, I already involved in video conferencing earlier in 2015 as a technical support for internal event and workshops. And then I'm joining UPAN programs earlier 2016 as an assistant chief engineer. That one, first engineer in University of Malaya Medical Center is Encik Helmi. And then I assist him for any conference. And now I the chief engineer for technology session and local engineer for EUS, HPB and ECE sessions. So as part of technical video conference team on every workshop has been held at University of Malaya Medical Center, and also experience and expert to handle teleconference equipment and manage to operate all the video mixing and switching for most teleconference equipment, also the audio from any virtual platforms. All right. So for University Malaya Medical Center, we have a lot type of events that I and my team manage to handle, to support, such as a virtual conference, live surgery, award and competitions, virtual classes, webinar, hybrid conference, and administration meetings. Actually, they have another type of event that I not put all of that in here. So how often the event in 2020? So for virtual conference, the big virtual conference, we held about 4 times a year. And for the live surgery for the 2020, we have a 2 live surgery. That's ELV live surgery and a GUTS live surgery. And award and competition, we have a 2 times in the year. And virtual classes, we only support for technical issue. We are remote support. And then for webinar like continuous nursing educations and continuous medical educations, it's about 10 to 15 per year. I cannot count because it's quite a lot. And then hybrid conference, actually we try to do once per year. But this year, I think it's quite complicated to do the hybrid because we need to manage the live conference and the virtual conference, 2 events in one time. So and administration meeting is about 4 times per month. That's combined with audit meeting, board of director meetings, and then the high management meetings. All right. So my role of as support is schedule a meeting with a user and analyze the requirement scenario of the events. So I used to be with my partner, a meeting with the user, how they want the event will be set up. So I also I with my team, I advise to the organizer how to the technical setup will be used for the events. Provide the link and platform for the teleconference streaming to the organizer. Ready streaming in YouTube or Facebook if needed. Prepare, configure, and test all the equipment before the event in venue locations. And we also checking and establish network, image, sound from the venue to an excellent level to transmit to other institutions. Okay. Our role also collect and test all the presentation material from presenter before the actual event and troubleshoot when the problem occurred from venue. Do a remote support for any user from other location when the problem occurred if needed. All right. So this is a little picture, just a little bit picture of the event that we covered in University Malaya. You can see the first is meetings, and the second one is a meeting, and the third one is just a simple conference, and the fourth picture is competitions, e-sport competition program, and you can see the most of the picture is about technical support. Okay, and then you can see the OT or operation theater pictures is a live surgery transmitted to India, right? Okay, and then another picture, and also have a APAN picture, Asian Pacific Airline Network conference, and also the liver transplant meetings with Taiwan and others a virtual conference. Okay, so I just picked 3 of the events to elaborate, because if I put more on this presentation, it will be more than 12 minutes. Okay, so I will elaborate the live surgery events. So the live surgery events, we are supporting the clinical team to transmit the live surgery from operation theater OT to other institutions. So that's the equipment involved. We are using a video mixer, audio mixer camera, video audio capture card, high specification laptop, high speed internet, MyRAN. We are using my research advanced networks, research network, video recorder, cordless microphone, TV display, SDI, HDMI converter, X-ray endoscopy machine, and speaker. All right. So this is another event. This is a virtual conference. This one is under OSHI health department. They asked to support their virtual conference, and so for this, we are supporting the organizing team to transmit the live conference from venue to virtual platforms audience, and then the equipment involved is most likely same with the live surgery, but we have used more camera to these events. All right. So another technical support that we are technical support for administrative meeting. So most of the meeting with the high management, and also the meeting that need support from us depends on the difficulties. So we support the meetings. So for the meeting is quite simple setups. We don't have any. We don't use any equipments. Many equipments. So we are using camera, capture card, high specification laptop, high speed internet, microphone and TV display, and speaker. All right. So for difficulties, every event have many glitch and difficulties. So teleconference service is a core services that businesses need to have in order to be more productive and communicate with the customer more effectively. Establishing this service require a team and strong and bond between the people involved. All right. So for the first point that our difficulties is a short of manpower to operate. Most of the events operate by two engineers, me and Mr. Helmi. And then most of the event need to set up mobile. So the time consumed there, we need to set up 1 day earlier before the event. So after the event, about 2 hours or 3 hours, we need to mobilize all the equipment back to office. So that's one of the difficulties. And then the expensive equipments. For video conferencing equipment is quite expensive, and then hard to get a budget for new technology, and the license for teleconference platforms nowadays is quite increasing, and then technology updates pricey. Some of the equipment need to have a firmware update, so that one is pricey. Okay, another difficulty that we have is a high demand of service. So we have to prioritize the event for higher requirement, VIP events, and then we also have a redundancy of event requests. Means on 1 day we have to attend more than 2, and we also need to have a remote support to end user, and then too many requests from other department is too many requests, but we also manage to handle every request. And also we don't have any dedicated room for teleconference. Maybe next year we have, but now we are in one proposal to get a studio. All right. So another difficulties is a lack of training. So actually, for new equipment, we also need to have a training. We also need to have a proper manuals, proper handbooks to handle all the equipments. All right. So and we also have a different venue, and with the own existing equipment to set up. They have a old mixer, and they have a old microphone without integration with our new equipment. So we need to have a training for that. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you, everyone, and I open for questions.
Thank you. Any question from everybody?
May I have a question?
Yes, Shunta.
Hey, thank you, Hafiz. I'm interested in your technical support for live surgery. Would you show the slide for the live surgery?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Live surgery. Okay, this one?
Yes. So according to this diagram, you transmit the live image and the audio to auditorium and remote participant. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how to transmit to remote participant? Is that using the Zoom or Cisco or something like that, or just using the streaming?
Okay. For GUT programs, we are using a Vimeo. We are transmitting to KLCC, Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, transmitting using a live streams to KLCC, and then all the participant viewing from that's a command center, and then question and answer or for that live surgery using the comment sections.
Okay, by comment.
Yeah, by comment. Yeah. And for the ELV, the live endovascular live transmitting to India, we are using Zoom. We are, yeah.
So when you use the Zoom, the QA was held by the audio communication.
Yes. All the Q&A and issue will be live because that's international events that participate by all the country, and then they do the question and answer live.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are to the end of session today. So I think it's your turn, Shunta.
Okay, thank you, Min-san, and already disconnected, but Sajid for very nice chair. So thank you very much, everyone. So we will close the second day of Sakura Science. Anyway, thank you very much for all of you to have a very nice presentation. And still, we will have a third day on tomorrow. Actually, we will continue the institutional update for the Nepal team and Philippines, Vietnam, 3 countries will have a presentation. So before we close this session, I'd like to take a group photo of all participants. So everyone, please turn on your camera. Okay. Tunggu and Mr. Miguel, you may turn on your camera, but we cannot see your face. So is it possible for you to turn on?
Có loại là trực tiếp.
So, Yoshiko will take a screenshot. So, Okabe-san, would you say, is it okay?
Yeah, okay. So I will make several screenshots. So first one, 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, and then one more is T-san, is here? Okay. Okay, then 3, 2, 1, smile. I hope, please wait. 3, 2, 1 again. Again. May I take one more? Just to make sure. Okay, then 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. So see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
See you.
See
Thank
you.
you. See you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.